Howdy, neighbors. This is Avery and Deuce here with Brick City, and Deuce is going to give us a deck profile, and he'll give you the rundown for what he played at Chicago, why, what went wrong, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I played another Pure Danger variant. Our light just got brighter. I played another Pure Danger variant. The deck was okay. I just kind of lost, I lost the last round, but I don't think I was prepared enough for Striker, so, I'm pretty sure that's just why I lost. Two of my losses were Striker. So, yeah.
So that's going X3 at the end, right?
Yeah, I finished X3. So proud of it. So I played 3 Jackalope, 3 Snake, 3 Chupacabra, 3 Mothman, 3 Nessie. It's all pretty standard so far. 3 Dogman. And then this is the weird part. I decided to go with the 2 Thunderbird. So, you can't really leak. You're not really trying to, U-board it all with this deck. It has a different win condition, which you'll see later. But getting to your good link cards is really good as well. And Thunderbird just has a better discard effect. It's better than, Bigfoot's discard effect because there's not really any face-up cards you can really pop. I guess against the Guard Dragon deck, Bigfoot may have been good, but Thunderbird was just better against, the decks I thought I was going to see, Striker, and Geist, but I played a lot of Thunder Dragon this event, so maybe a Bigfoot would have been better. But having Thunderbird lets me access these cards a lot easier, and these are by far some of the best cards in the deck. Zephyros is essentially the same thing as a Brow. Steam is just insanity, especially since there's a card in my extra deck that makes this card a little bit better. So yeah, so still the 20 dangers. And then 3 of the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, literally needs to get banned. And then still the filler cards, 3 Brow and a Beast. These cards just don't suck, so, you play them, but,
Seems like a good reason to play a card, because it doesn't suck.
You kind of just wish you had more filler cards in this deck. It's so weird. Because you want to see this card every game, 3 beginning and the end. The games I lost against Striker was just kind of not seeing this card, but I'm pretty sure I could have won anyways if I just deck build properly. So I'm not going to blame my draws, I'm just going to blame that I just could have prepared better. But 3 of this card, 3 Allure, card destruction and Upstart, so these cards are standard. No, I think a bigger thing was people were trying to play Monster Reborn and stuff like that in this deck to replace Soul Charge. You can't replace Soul Charge. Those cards just you don't have the same win condition anymore. Because I play this card, so I don't play any of the other PKs. I just play the rank up card. Reason being is because this deck draws out too much. So anytime when you're about to go into the combo and actually make the PK link, you probably have drawn too many of your PK pieces to where you can't even resolve the link, or you can just search the rank up. So I opted to just play the rank up because game 1 against almost every deck going second, it's insane. And that's why I did a lot of the times, because I guess I should show what I'm making. I'm not making Azathoth, I'm making this card. So Kali Yuga is just crazy. This card is Cold Wave and Skill Drain slash Majesty's Fiend, all in the same card. This card is just insane. So it helps you clear boards as well as it just makes an unbreakable board going first. And it really doesn't lose to anything, at least the way I play it. So that's why I opted to do this. And I don't know if I explained why 3, but you just want to draw it. You don't want to ever have to send this off Curious and then Griffin set it. You want to send Beast or Steam or stuff like that to help you keep comboing. So yeah, and then cards to go with the Kali Yuga, I played these. So there's no rank 7. There's no dark rank 7 that clears all of its materials. So you have to make Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon and then summon the Odd Eyes guy, so that way he has no materials. He has no effect. Don't read him. I don't think he has an effect either.
Pretty sure he negates attacks.
He's a Utopia.
Nice.
So, yeah. But that's why you play those. I think this was probably the hardest part of deck building this deck, was that this took up 3 extra deck slots. Which you're going to see later in the extra deck how much of a struggle it was. So I played one spider. We're not trying to U-board or anything like that, so really only the one comes up. There's no Tomahawk tokens, so yeah. Repro, card's still good. We didn't play Insulator. It's mainly for space reasons. That card came up a lot, but
space reasons. So fun.
But it doesn't really matter how much that card came up. Like, I just couldn't play it. Like, it's weird, but like I just couldn't play the card. Cerberus, like all these cards come up more. Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn. I had to go second Phoenix. Like in your combo, in your turn 1 combo, you do your best to not make any of these cards like turn 1, because you want these to like kill turn 2 if you have to do it that way. So you try not to make these cards as much as possible. Trigate. This is not the same card it used to be. Like this card is because I wanted 3 outs in my extra deck to Thunder Dragon fusions to clear like 3 fusions, and this was another out to a Thunder Dragon fusion that I can out 3 in 1 turn. I never tri-linked it, but I summoned it like every game against my Thunder Dragon decks going second, because it was just that good. Like I would literally break their boards and kill them because Trigate would just make me do double damage as well. So it was insane. I wish I could play like Underclock or something like that to make this card better. Actually, there's another card I wish I played, but like, yeah. Decode, I'll explain this card later, but it's really important. I'll just go over that later. And then the cards that should be banned. Yeah, all 3 of those need to be banned. I played a Saryuja. So, like, this card is friggin' awful, but, like, you have to play it because, like, you just want to see, like, being in the end, I didn't play Insulator because I wanted to play Saryuja, and like this deck doesn't U-Link, so you can turn all those extra monsters into like draw. So like it's a different deck essentially. Like I know like we said we like hated this card before, like, but it's kind of necessary now just to be able to see extra cards. And this is also the card that helped make Steam a little bit better because you could summon Steam out of your hand with Saryuja, and then get like a ton of extra monsters off that. So yeah. And then I also played Warlord. This card was a mistake, I think. I summoned it once and it did outright win me the game. But I summoned it like 0 other times in the tournament, and I played against 4 or 5 Thunder Dragon. And the fact that this only came up once just showed that I just like didn't need to play this card. I should have played Boral Sword. That was how I lost a lot of my striker matchups, was just I couldn't like I was like clearing every card they controlled, but I could not kill them.
Like not through Ray and the new card.
Exactly. Like it was just no. Like I would kaiju them and stuff too, but like I just couldn't like deal enough damage easy enough through like widows and hand traps. But if I had a Boral Sword, I could have done it like no problem. And then explain this. Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know, so you don't get cheated, this card can only be activated in the main phase. So that means this card is vulnerable to Standby Phase Twin Twister, Prankatops because of turn player priority, and to Impermanence Faker if they actually know about that and they decide to hold it. So Decode negates all of those. Now you still lose to a Kaiju. If they have a Kaiju, I mean you still lose to that. But this makes it where every other out doesn't matter. I also didn't think Kaijus would be popular this event because I did not think everyone at the event would know about this card, and I was completely, like, it was pretty factual. Like, no one knew about this card.
I mean, Lunalight won.
Lunalight won the event, and that's an Azathoth deck. But yeah, so this card, like, loses to a lot of things, and this makes it where you just don't lose to any of those. So I think that was just a huge edge for me. Literally every time I set up the Caliuga board turn 1, I got twinned, Prankatops, everything. Like, it always happened, and I always had this, and then they just forgot what it did. So it was crazy. And then the side deck. I started 3 of this card. I think this is also a mistake. Why is that sleeve like that? But I think this is also a mistake. I think I was over prepared for like playing like a mirror match of this deck or like a rank up mirror, but I also didn't get into top cut, so could have been wrong. Maybe this wasn't a mistake, but I think it might have been better as Denko, but I think all my problems would have been fixed if I played a Boral Sword of extra deck. So maybe this side deck was actually just perfect. 3 twin. This card was between this and Prankatops. I think this card was a little bit better because of what Avery was telling me is that you could draw into it like while you're comboing, or while you're like dangering and stuff like that, and you can't do that with Prankatops. So, like, this may have been like, slightly better, but I still like Prankatops against the rank up decks a little bit more. And I like Prankatops more against Thunder whenever they side in Floodgates. So, I wouldn't, like, whenever I play against Pure Thunder, I wouldn't have to side in, like, more hand traps. I could just side in outs to the cards that actually hurt me. So, maybe Prankatops would have been better, but this was really good against Striker and Geist, so I did like this. The game card against Geist. And then this is the weird part. So, we sided 3 Droll and 3 Impermanence. So, like, going into the event, shout-outs to Mark St. Romain. He actually figured out one of the most broken decks in the event.
Oh, yeah, he put the fear of God in us.
So, and a lot of people play that deck, which is the Guard Dragon Thunder deck. So, we legit just had to figure out how to beat the deck. We weren't going to side hand traps at all. But, like, that deck actually just, like, loops me for 2 and then sets up 2 negates and a Colossus. I just can't play through that. Like, it's impossible. So, Droll is insane against that deck. It's insane against every variant of Thunder that plays Dangers. Because, like, they just can't resolve so many cards. And, like they almost, like, most time if you Droll them, if their first play is reveal a Danger and you Droll them, they usually can't do anything. Like, at least in theory, they can't summon the Colossus. They can't actually just do anything. So I think Droll is probably the best hand trap. And then Impermanence. Okay, so you could have played Impermanence or you could have played Ogre. At least that was the way I was looking at it. Impermanence just seemed quote unquote safer because you couldn't chain block Impermanence. You could chain block Ogre. And I think negating Saryuja just, like, stopped that deck's turn almost all the time because they needed, like, all the effects of Saryuja. I think the special summon effect was even more important than the actual, like, draw effect of Saryuja most of the time. So being able to negate all of Saryuja was just really good. The only thing that this card was worse against was Summon Sork, but, like, a lot of the people didn't actually know how to make that card in the combo. They were literally just making 2 Saryujas if they could. So,
plus, like, randomly, like, kind of like how we're talking about Pankratops, this card's a lot better against the Floodgate Thunder.
Yeah, so you can hit, like, Griffin with this card and stuff like that, too, and it's really good. And, yeah. So, that's that. So that's the deck I played. I guess a couple of shout-outs. Shouts to these guys, Team Solar System Duelists, literally the best team in the game. Without a doubt, best sponsors in the game, by far. Shouts to our teammates. We had a Cyber Dragon in top 8. That was just crazy. So, we had Discount Simo on our team. But, shouts to them. And, shouts to everyone I rode with. Shout to Avery. Shout to Mark. Shout to Anthony. Shout to Eric. It was a fun room. And, yeah, I think that's about it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Thank y'all for watching.